I'm Jess. Welcome to Jess and Her Crafts. Today in this video, I'm going to show you how I use this vintage pattern to make this crop top. I couldn't find the published date in this pattern magazine, but I believe it's from 60s or 70s. So according to this vintage pattern, we can make this. Okay, and it's a medium size crop top. To use a vintage pattern, I think the most important things is be sure you make a gauge swatch before you start to knit. So I will put the gauge size in the description box below, so make sure you made the gauge swatch before you start. So let's see what we need for this crop top. According to the pattern, we need to use 2 strands of worsted weight yarns and hold them together to knit. I use this to hold them together, and for the medium size I use 2 skeins of each color, so it's 4 skeins total. So you can use 4 skeins of the same colors, or you can choose different color to mix them together. And you can also use a bulky weight yarn and just use 1 strand, but be sure you do the swatch to do the gauge swatch first. For the needle, we use an US 15 size, which is 10mm needle. I like to use a circular needle. You can use straight needle if you want. And this cable is, I believe it's an 60cm cable, which is 24 inches. And you also need a 8mm needle. It's a US 11 size for the neck part. Okay, that's what we need for this crop top. Okay, so let's cast on the number we need. I will show you how to make a medium size of this crop top, but the pattern provides us 3 different sizes. Small, medium, and large. I will show you the number you need to cast on and the other stitches you need to do for different sizes, but I just show you how I made a medium size in this video. So the pattern said I need to cast on 44, so let's just cast on 44. I use and we need to hold 2 strings together. Okay. I use long tail cast on here, and you can use any method you like. Okay, now I have casted on 44. So let's begin our first row. For the first row, we just simply knit 1, purl 1 to the end. So for the first stitch, knit 1. Ooh. Okay, tighten this. Okay, knit 1, purl 1, and purl 1. So just keep doing knit 1 and purl 1. I will meet you in the end. Okay, so you will end this row with the purl 1. Okay, so here's the first row. Okay, so for the second row, we start with the knit 1. Then we do a purl 1. For the next stitch, instead of doing a knit 1 like you go your needle this and this place, we will do a knit below. So when you do a knit below, we don't knit in here, we knit into, you can see there's a V shape of the stitch you made before, so we knit into this V shape. You will see there's a hole inside here, so we poke our needle inside the V shape and do the knit below. Okay, so next, purl 1. Again, knit below. We poke our needle inside this V shape and knit. Then purl 1. So for this row, we do the knit below and purl 1 to the end. And you will also end this row with the purl 1. Knit below here. And purl 1. So repeat doing a knit below and a purl 1. I will meet you in the end of this row. Okay, now I have the last 2 stitches on my needle, so just knit below and purl 1. You end this row with the purl 1. Okay, so from the row 2, we are basically repeat the row 2 pattern. So we knit 1 and purl 1. We knit in the very first stitch, and then we purl 1. Okay. Now we need to knit below. And purl 1. Knit below and purl 1. Knit below and purl 1. Okay, so just repeat knit below and purl 1 to the end, and you will end every each row with a purl 1. So you just repeat doing this in every row. You knit the first stitch and purl 1, and then do the knit below and purl 1, knit below, purl 1 to the end, and end every row and each row with a purl 1. So you keep doing this until the measurement to the 6.5 inches, and I will meet you there. Okay, now I've reached the 6.5 inches. Let's see, 6.5, about 6.5 here. So now we are going to shape the armhole. So to shape it, let's begin with bind off 2 stitches. So let's knit 1 and purl 1. Okay, and bind off 1 stitch. Then we knit below and bind off 2. Okay, so you might want to put a stitch marker here, because we need to measure our armhole start from here, so you can mark the first bind off you made here, so it will be easier later when you need to measure it. Okay, so now we just keep doing the same pattern we did before. So let's purl 1 and knit below. Purl 1, knit below, purl 1, and knit below. Okay, so repeat doing this pattern to the end of this row, and I'll show you how to do in the next row. Okay, now I'm in the last 2 stitches of this row, so I just finished the last 2 stitch, knit 1 below and purl 1. Okay, so for the next row we need to bind off 2 stitches again with the same method. So let's knit 1 first and purl 1. Then we bind off 1 stitch. Okay. Then we do a knit 1 below and bind off the 2nd stitch. Okay, so now we bind off 2 stitches. So for the rest of this row, we just do the same pattern. We purl 1 and knit 1 below, purl 1, and knit 1 below. So we are keep doing this until we have 5.5 inches for the medium size, and we need to measure the length from here, the first bind off. So you need to remember to measure the armhole from your first bind off, not the second bind off you just made. So that's why I said we need to put a stitch marker here. So just repeat doing the same pattern. Knit 1 in the first stitch and purl 1, then knit 1 below, then repeat the purl 1, knit 1 to the end, and you will end each row with a purl 1. So repeat doing that pattern until you have 5.5 inches for the medium size, and I'll meet you there and show you how to do the neck part. Okay, now I've reached the 5.5 inches from the first bind off. So now the next step is we need to change our needle size from US 15, which is 10mm needle, to an US size 11, which is 8mm needles. So now we can change the needle first. Alright, now I've changed to the 8mm needle, so we can start to shape our neckline. So for the next step, we need to do 6 rows of garter stitch, which means we need to knit each stitch in for the next 6 row. So we just knit every stitch with our 8mm hook, 8mm needle. Just repeat doing the knit stitch in each row. You don't have to do the purl rows anymore. Just do the knit row, knit stitch in every row to make a garter stitch. So just repeat doing the knit stitch in the next 6 row, and I'll meet you after we finish the 6th row. After we finish 4 rows of the garter stitch, now we need 4 more rows, 4 more decrease row. So we need to decrease the first two stitches in each row. So let's do a slip knit. in the first two stitches. Okay, so slip, go back to the needle and knit them together. Okay, it's our first decrease. Then we do the regular garter stitch, so we knit in each stitch to the end. We need 4 rows of decrease, so let's keep doing the garter stitch, doing a knit to the end of this row, and I will meet you in the end of this row. Okay, I just finished the last stitch of this row, so let's turn our work, and we need to do the decrease again in the beginning of the row. So let's do the slip knit again. So we slip in the knitwise way and slip again, then bring the two stitches back to my left hand needle and knit the 2 loops together. Okay, so it's another decrease. So we just repeat the pattern. We knit every stitch to the end of this row, and then we turn our work, do the decrease, slip knit again. So we need 4 decrease row. Now I'm working in my second decrease row, so after this decrease row we need to do 2 more decrease rows, so 4 decrease row total. So I will meet you in the end of the 4th decrease row. After we finish the 4 rows of decrease, now we can bite off this piece. So let's begin the bite off. I just use the simple bite off. Okay. I just need the first 2 stitch and bite off them. Okay, so now we can bite up all the stitches and I'll meet you there. So I'm already finished my bite off. Please leave a long tail for the sewing we need to do later. So I left about like this long. So after you finish this piece, you can rewind this video to the top and do the same pattern again to make another piece. They are both the same, so each piece can do the front piece or the back piece. So after you finish these 2 pieces, I will show you how to sew them together. Okay, after you finish 2 pieces of this crop top, we can start to sew them together. So we need to sew the 4 decrease row together to make our shoulder line. So it's here and here, and then we need to do the side seam. It's here and here. So let's start from our side seaming. I just used the cast on tail to sew this side together. So both of my pieces are right side together. Wrong side together. So it's right side facing up. So these 2 pieces, they are the same in the right side and the wrong side. So you can choose any side you like, you prefer to do the wrong side or to do the right side. Okay, so use your yarn needle. Let's start to sew the side seaming together. There's a lot of different ways to sew 2 sides together, so I just prefer this method. You can use any kind of method you like or you prefer. Okay, I just finished one side of seaming. So after you finishing this side, you can use the same method to sew this side together. So after finish the side seaming, now we need to shape the neckline. We just use the same method to sew this 4 decrease rows together. Okay, that's it. So that's our shoulder line, and this is our armhole and neck here. So now you can wave this end and do the same method in the other side. So after we doing all the seaming, now we need to add some finishing in our armhole and the button of this crop top. So let's start with the button of the crop top. You need to turn your work upside down, and now we need to use a crochet hook. It's a 9mm crochet hook here. So let's join the yarn on the side seaming place. So I just insert my hook into the side seaming, and remember your crochet hook need to need to go to 2 loops together. Let's join our yarn and chain 1 to lock it. Okay, so now we need to do the slip stitch all the way through this bottom line. So insert our hook into the cast on loops and always insert your hook under 2 loops. So after you insert your hook, grab the yarn, go through the 2 loops and go through the loops on your hook. It's 1 slip stitch. So next, insert your hook to the next 2 loops, grab the yarn, go through 2 loops and go through the loops on your hook. Okay, insert your hook under 2 loops, grab the yarn through the 2 loops and through the loops on your hook. It's a slip stitch and that will make you have a neater line of the bottom. So we just keep doing this slip stitch and I will meet you at the end of this round. So after you finish this round, you just do a slip stitch to the first slip stitch you crochet before. It's a little bit hard to go through. Okay, so let's do one more time the slip stitch method, and now you can cut a yarn and wave and grab this tail out and you can wave this end. Okay, now we are going to use the same method to shape the armhole. We are going to use the crochet hook and use crochet slip stitch to shape the armhole. Let's join our yarn in the side seaming place. Just insert your hook into the side seaming, into the top of the side seaming and join the yarn. Grab the yarn, go through those loops, and I will chain 1 to secure. Then we can do the slip stitch. Grab the yarn and go through the loops on your hook. Okay, next, insert your hook, grab the yarn, going to the loops. Okay, so we are going to keep doing this until we finish this round, and I will meet you in the beginning of this round when you finish the whole round. Okay, I just finished the last stitch of this round, so now I need to join this round. So insert your hook to the first slip stitch you made before and do the last slip stitch. There's too many threads there, so it's a little bit hard. Okay, so do the same method. So now you can cut the yarn. Okay, so now you can cut the yarn. You don't have to leave too much tail to a long tail here, just long enough to wave the ends, and just pull the tail out of the loops, and that's it. So now you can use the same method to do the other side of the arm, and after you finish the armhole finishing, you can wave all these ends, and that's it. So now you have a vintage crop top. Thank you for staying with me. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you again, and see you next time.